what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and...
Ooh. Hello there, welcome to the Flesh and Blood podcast. I'm Siobhan and I was working in my lab late one night when my eyes befell an eerie sight. Let's meet the plucky girl assistants. Having dug up the bones of Rod Hull, Dr. Sinister's here.
With Dr. Emu.
With Dr. Emu. Actually, he hasn't got the scarf.
Oh, I should have put one on him.
Yeah. And we think, we're not sure, it's either a child of the Vodvodnyoi, or however you pronounce it, or Brian. We dressed up for Halloween, basically, because he insisted.
Are you my mummy?
I mustn't say that joke. It's a Pertwee gas mask. I'm sorry. Right, so yes, Brian, tell the boys and girls what you're dressed up as this Halloween as opposed to last Halloween.
The exact same thing as
Yes.
last Halloween. Because I've paid entirely too much money for this goddamn mask, and I am never not going to use it now. If I had more things I could wear it to, I would.
All right, we've got to do a thing.
If I could wear it to work, I would.
Didn't you used to work in a hospital?
Yes. They
Would that not have
wear
been
it.
perfect for the hospital?
I checked. They won't let me wear it.
Right, I've got to run this and do this now, just in case of slippage. Boys and girls, watch and listen. Spoiler warning. Right, okay. I'm doing this show with two fucking birds.
Caw, caw, motherfucker.
Oh dear. Righto, so we'll do the usual. Brian, and how's your week been?
It's been slow. It's been weird. It's been stressful. Yeah, but now I'm feeling much, much better.
The drugs have taken hold, have they?
The drugs have taken hold. And
That's good. And Rod, what about you?
I've not had a very nice week.
Have you had any jelly?
We've had this super cold thing that's been going around. You know, everybody's been locked up for 2 years. Well, everyone's immune system.
I could help with that.
And my wife's got this really. She's had it for 2 weeks now. She's on antibiotics, and I've had this really bad cough. So I've been working from home all week.
Sorry, did you say walking from home all week?
If that's what you'd like to hear.
Yeah, I think that's very green of you, if I'm honest with you.
How's the weather? Any thunderstorms coming?
Very windy.
It's very windy. There's been the occasional tornado, which people
Anything on
slept through.
the roof you need to adjust? Just checking.
Well, I'm getting a bit of a dodgy signal on this internet thing, so I might have to go and check the dish.
It's not a sick joke too soon, is it? Too soon?
Wow, it was 20 years ago at least, surely.
Yeah, I. In case you're wondering, I'm dressed as.
You're dressed as Jared Wade.
I'm dressed as Lady McFadden and Go-Go Bibble. I'm never going to get this in, am I?
No.
I'm dressed as him. Lady McFadden and Go-Go Bibble Bibble Lung Baramus. That's 2 bibbles and 1 S.
You know, everybody's just going to see us Jared Wade from My Chemical Romance. Right?
Okay, that's a
It's
modern.
a pop reference that you.
That's a modern pop reference. Yeah.
Yeah.
However, Midshaw's
Have you watched the video?
Midshaw's coming down to Brighton. I think next year, and I might wear this to go down there because it's very 80s, and I like that. Fake military.
There is nothing wrong with the 80s. Okay, that's enough. Hang on just a second.
Don't look at me, Emu. I don't know. Put your feet down. Stop that. Don't give me that look.
Okay, that's better.
Oh, he's back.
He is.
Hi. Yeah,
He looks a bit hot.
I can breathe now.
He's going to start moaning about his hair. Put your legs down. Stop that.
The moment I get that mask on, it's like I go into ultra creepy silent mode. Lots of head tilting and stuff. So
I love the outfit,
try not
generally, though.
Oh,
Nice.
thanks. I got all this at Historic Emporium online.
Awesome. Nice.
Fair enough. Happy
You.
Halloween, if that's a thing, to you too, Retta. We don't wish each other a happy Halloween over here. We just annoy each other by knocking on doors during Doctor Who, which didn't
Why,
happen.
thank you, Retta. Yes, I plan on wearing this whole outfit for Jess's stream later on.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say upcoming reminders. Oh,
Wait, we haven't heard. How was your week, Auntie? How was your week?
suddenly surprising. I've just been reminded about something we did last week on last week's show, which I'd forgotten all about. And anyway, my week, yes. Dull, boring, lonely. I think Thursday night I popped up to the local motorway service station and charged my car. My chief scientist turned up just to keep me company and show me how to heat my car, because I couldn't work out what I was supposed to do with what. However, I did manage to put my clock back an hour successfully in the car. That was easy to do. Just had to untick daylight saving times. And, yeah.
My main clock on the wall here is a Dalek rail counter.
Oh, brilliant. From Dalek Invasion of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wicked. Now that I'd like.
That was a present from somebody. It just says rails and it's got the 4 lights on and it's really cool.
Oh, how long is a rail?
A rail, I think, in real terms, is just over 1.5 seconds.
I disagree. I've just had a thought. Okay? Rails tend to be used, certainly in modern day Doctor Who, because they weren't used in the original Doctor Who, as a unit of measurement. We think it's a measurement of time.
Measurement of plot.
Oh, indeed, yes. And we first... I don't know if we heard the word rails, or if it was just written somewhere. But the film of Daleks Invasion of Earth 2150 AD, that's where you get the first reference to it in mass public thing. There may have been reference to it in something like the Dalek book or the Dalek World. I don't know, Sin. You'd have to go and look that up.
Well, I'll have to have a look. But yeah, but the rail counter is from that film.
From the set of that film.
Yes.
What's it? Dalek 63 to 88 has done a video about all the props and bits and pieces that appeared in the film and where else they've appeared and whatever. It's fascinating. Right, first things first, we need to ask Retta something. Brian's just done it. Did you get to see the new episode of Doctor Who? And now we wait.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, right, great.
Excellent. She's on the same page as we are.
No.
No. We're a little ahead, but still.
Yeah,
I'm not sure it's even the same library.
yeah, certainly not the same postcode.
They did change the format.
Yeah. Right. Hang on. We've done the weeks thing, haven't we? News.
What other than this is news?
There's a new episode of Doctor Who on tonight. Well, we're going to look at that in a moment. Other news. Do you know, I'm not
It's
sure.
on again at 8 o'clock.
That's UK time. Sorry, US time, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we've got on the iPlayer. We can watch it whenever we wish now.
I shall watch it on the iPlayer. Fracking commercials.
Yeah, frankly. I felt sorry for you. I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, we're back to normal times next week.
Yes.
So that's that bit of housekeeping sorted out. I don't know what we're listening to. Now you see, look, boys, we've got a choice here. All right, a single disc.
Boys or birds?
Boys. I ate that duck. Anyway, I don't know what this is. I think it's international language for CD.
World.
Possibly. But, yes, it's a single CD job, a 60-minute play, The Great Sontaran War. Do you want to hang over the review of that? Because you two haven't had a chance to listen to it this week. Do you want to hang on and do it next Sunday? Or would you want to do the new River Song box set?
I'll do the new Jenny story.
It's not out yet.
I know. I'm very sad.
Yeah.
I don't get time to listen to these anyway.
Yeah, that bugs me because I think you love the Great Sontaran War. It's right up your street. There will be barks of laughter. Barks. In my opinion, I have heard them both. The Great Sontaran War is the better of the two. Also, the River Song set is 4 1-hour plays.
Oh, good God.
So
Let's do the Great Sontaran War.
again next Sunday. Yeah? All right. It's a single discer. Hopefully, Andrew will get a chance somehow.
I'm going to add Nick Briggs on Facebook one of these days.
You're
And
gonna-
I'm going to ask him what. I'm going to add Nick Briggs on Facebook one of these days, and I'm going to ask him why are they so bloody long.
Well, I might be going to Big Finish Day next March. Adam and I were
You
discussing
can
it.
ask why they're so. What my podcast mate wants to know why they're so bloody long.
I got a list of questions from Brian.
Why don't you use exterior effects more?
Dude,
Environmental
dude,
effects.
we're getting these for nothing. Now, it doesn't mean we compromise our opinions.
No, this is true.
It doesn't.
And I have very strong opinions on this.
You do.
I am very big on podcasts and stuff. And I tend to hold my podcast to a very high standard.
Well, you see, the thing is, Big Finish are, I am guessing here. Big Finish get broadcast on a digital radio station over here called Radio 4 Extra. We've got BBC Radio 4, which is for posh people and middle class people, and
That's your talk radio, but it's quite upper class.
yeah, it's without the phone-ins.
Yeah.
Aw.
And it represents old Britain, essentially. 4 Extra, on the other hand, used to be BBC 7, and they run, I think 4 Extra just runs either repeats, or they'll bring in original content like Big Finish's stuff. They run a lot of Big Finish, free broadcasts to air.
Typically, in this country, when you're young and the member of the youth, you listen to Radio 1.
Yes.
You then graduate to Radio 2.
Yes.
And then eventually, when you're very old, you go to Radio 4. Radio 3 is classical music, and you have to be a bit weird to listen to that stuff.
Yeah.
Radio 5 is sport. Radio 6 is... What's Radio 6?
Radio 6 is music.
That's music, okay.
It's more edgy music.
See, over here, I've always wanted to do an AM late night radio talk show.
Yeah, Midnight Caller job.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair
Stuff
enough.
like that.
Oh, we dial in and pretend to be callers.
Exactly. Stuff like that. But unfortunately, I didn't go to State University of New York, Oswego. They have an actual broadcaster program that you can go through.
Why do you need that?
Well, most people want a degree.
Why don't you just do it?
What, to be a DJ, to talk on the radio?
Believe it or not, yes.
I started out on radio, no degrees or anything.
I understand this. I get it. Professionals.
I'm a professional.
Oh, Retta was on her college radio station for a little bit. That's cool.
Yeah, but she got caught after a couple of days.
Never done radio.
Never done radio? It's interesting.
Like
Live
a
radio
show would be great for us.
live radio, well, it's like doing this, but without the pictures.
I think if I was just left to waffle on a radio program for 2 or 3 hours, I think I'd probably end up saying something I would regret.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to admit, getting the waffle going was interesting, but I managed
I will
it.
admit I cannot talk solidly for 4 hours a night.
Well, that's what music's for.
Exactly. But an AM late night radio call-in show would need callers to talk about.
You see, this is starting to appeal to me. To do a Brian late night phone-in show.
It is.
That's...
It would be fun.
Hey, who knows anything about YouTube? Anybody? No? It's right, there was a video that I had uploaded, which was about 30-second video of my old guild coming back into World of Warcraft after far, far too long and deciding to go straight and do a dungeon and got wiped within about 10 seconds.
Did you do a Leroy?
No, we didn't have the chance to do a Leroy. And I was trying to find it last night for Brian to watch, Brian and Retta. But it doesn't seem to be there on YouTube anymore. It's very strange.
Very strange.
I looked at all the way through my own channel. Then I looked through the Flashing Blade channel, which is where I found the Tomorrow People titles. I don't know.
Maybe it was eaten by the algorithm. That's how it gains its power.
It gets hungry, that algorithm.
Very hungry algorithm.
You have to sacrifice to the algorithm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, plague doctors are apparently scary. Yes, Brian?
I find them hilarious.
Good. Emu, as we know, for any celebrity of the time, they were fucking petrified. You see? And I'm dressed as the Judder Man. And,
Jared Way.
As what?
Jared Way.
Who? What?
Trust me, just say Jared Way.
No. Beware the Judder Man.
Jared
Okay.
Way.
Yeah. From My Chemical Romance.
All right. I
The
thought you were going to
band.
say Captain John from Torchwood.
No, because this way you seem hip and with it, and the youth will identify more with you.
No, not with them. They're too old a band. You and Retta know about them. So, yeah, so tonight we're ending the show, because it's Halloween, with something very scary indeed. Me singing. Not
Oh,
live.
dear.
Not live. So that's a bit better. But yeah, it's a song what I wrote that could be taken as a protest song, but it's a scary song. And I like it. I just can't sing it very well at all. Right, shall we do what we got here for? Because I know some of us are bursting with opinions.
Yes.
All right then, and now from the worlds of BBC Television's Doctor Who, it's Doctor Who. No, it's not. Oh, very dear.
Our high production standards once again creep in.
Shall I go on the roof and fix it?
Hands up if you noticed the slightest, tiniest little problem there. Yeah, I hit the wrong file, didn't I? I started the title sequence going again. Now let's just never talk of it again.
Welcome to the Flashing Blade, everybody.
Yes. Okay, so a 15th Doctor Who, possibly, and her good friend Yaz They've been bouncing around the universe a little bit since Graham and Ryan went. Miss them. And they're in... they're hanging upside down over a sea of acid with shooty sphere sharp thingy-bobbies. Hello, Jess. And this is all in the opening scene, and they're being chased by a dog, an anthropomorphized dog. And the reason he has that accent, Brian, is because he's a Yorkshire Terrier. I didn't know if you'd picked that up.
Got that.
Ah, brilliant.
I picked that up,
Brilliant.
yes.
I didn't know if you worked out what the accent was. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I
Sounds
knew you'd get
just
the
like
joke
Cody.
once you knew what it was, but I didn't know
Yeah, it
if you knew
sounds
it.
just like Cody, Yorkshire accent.
Oh, she wouldn't like that.
No, she does. She has said they asked her if she was going to do a different accent for the role, and she said, "I don't do accents. I can't do accents. This is what you get."
But what accent is it?
I have no idea.
I'm not too sure myself, if I'm honest with you. It's northern. There you go. It's a northern accent.
I'm just saying, lots of planets have a north.
Yes, quite so. And then they accidentally get trapped into... I'm hearing myself back on Brian's soundbar. Sorry, dude.
No, it's fine. I had it out. I had it on it just so I could wear the damn mask. These don't work with the mask.
Sorry.
It's all your fault. I blame you.
Yeah, right, I can accept that. Right, so, yes, the Carvanista, which is his name, not his species, which is nice. But that opening scene was a bit exposition heavy, and clunky exposition at that, I felt. However, once we moved away from that and got onto the episode proper, wow, what a roller coaster. It's definitely been planned for the 6 episodes. This is most definitely episode 1.
Yeah.
All these different plot threads. There's going to be some timey-wiminess, in case people wanted me to hear that.
Well, there has to be because we've met someone.
Yeah. The Carvanista actually were coming to... Oh, I've already put the spoiler warning up. Tough shit if you... they're actually coming to save the humanity from the Flux. We don't know what the Flux is, except it looks fucking horrible.
And it's the end of the universe.
And on top of that... Now, this is where I need your sharp eyes and ears, boys and girls. 2 things. The prison.
Mm-hmm.
That was Gallifreyan, wasn't it? And that was the division.
I got a theory.
Hang on, I just need to confirm it.
Would it be demons? A dancing demon?
No.
Something right there.
Were they... The 2 guards, were they from the division? I think they were, weren't they?
I think they were. They may have been from the Shadow Proclamation.
I'm going to have to go back and
It's hard
rewatch
to
it.
tell.
They
It's
say
hard to tell
something.
because they don't really have a patch.
Also, Grey Worm, when he's panicking and sending off emergency messages, I'm sure he says Castellan at some point. And I'm wondering if Grey Worm is a Time Lord observer.
Well, did you catch the name of his space station?
Rose.
Yep.
Wait and see. People already... I've been on the Twitters, and people already going, oh, perhaps it's an alternate universe thing.
You've been on the Twitters?
I've been on the Twitters.
Oh.
Theory time, please, from Dr. Sinister, as well as a review.
Well, I've kept myself pure. I haven't gone on to any online whatsoever. So these thoughts are completely off the cuff. They're just my thoughts. I would just like to, first of all, make an observation that what we have seen tonight is not an episode of Doctor Who.
Oh-ho? Do tell. Is it an episode of Dr. Oh-ho?
It's an episode of a spin-off called Doctor Who Flux.
Oh, he's being a Purcell pedant.
Because that's what was on the title screen.
I missed that bit. I didn't know if it was just Doctor Who or Flux. I looked up again and, oh.
It's Doctor Who Flux Part 1,
Yes.
The Halloween Apocalypse.
Yes. So I would like to know, please, Mr. Chibnall, when is Doctor Who coming back? Because this is a spin-off.
This
I'm
is
being-
a side story. This is a sub-game.
Yes, I am, of course, being pedantic, but this is the first note I have written down.
It's
I
so
also
wonderful. I'm going to go on the Twitters with it.
Oh, please do.
I
Please
shall
do.
do. I'll credit Professor Saintly, but
Yes.
I will.
Can I also ask the question?
Doctor Who is the answer.
The last
Doctor Who?
the last six-parter we had was cancelled, wasn't it? Wasn't it Sharda?
It was Sharda. Well,
It was Sharda.
technically, the two Doctors technically runs to the similar length.
Not a six-parter. It's a three-parter. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. No, you're right. That's the last six-parter. Obviously, we had Trial of a Time Lord since.
Yeah, I know. I did think about that, but yeah. So anyway, can I just say I do think that it's benefiting very much from being a multi-part story. There was a lot going on, but it wasn't rushed.
Yes.
They didn't rush through it, right?
As a result, it could hook people better.
Absolutely.
If they can decompress more episodes and more stories,
Yeah.
you'll get more people in.
Also,
Being
I
so
think
episodic, it's rushed.
it looked. I'm putting Emu away for a minute. It
Good.
looked very expensive, probably because they can reuse a lot of the stuff across the 6 episodes. I would imagine.
Yes.
Can I ask Brian, how did you cope with a Liverpool accent?
That was fine.
Yeah, no problems.
No, that was fine.
Okay, that's good. I was
Now,
worried about that.
I
because
do want
the-
to actually see what the BBC America subtitles are.
Well, his accent's
'Cause I know
a bit-
live
Oh, I was
subtitles.
watching them. I was
When I
watching
see-
them while I was watching the show. It was fine.
Why were you
When I
watching
say he's got a thick
subtitles while you were
accent-
watching the show?
I have everything on so I can absorb all the information.
Anyway, he's got quite a pronounced accent. It's quite a thick Liverpool accent, isn't it? So, I thought it looked amazing. Some of the shots in space, the asteroid shot, looked absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I thought Carvanista was cute. I liked the line that he looks nothing like Four Bears.
I like the fact he didn't like his human.
Yeah, and I liked the very subtle placement of Anfield Football Stadium in the background.
It was very subtly plonked, wasn't it?
I think the
It
last time
probably
we had
is there, and they
I think
filmed
the
in that
last
street.
the last time we had Liverpool featured was the Vervoids were from Liverpool, weren't they?
Something like that, yeah. Oh, we had the guy from
Um,
Brookside in the same story.
Yeah.
And they even had Dan taking a piss out of the Yorkshire team.
Yes. Yaz ain't gonna like that. But Retta's made an
Yes,
interesting
was
point.
very, very not happy about that.
Retta in chat's made some interesting points. The scene set around about 1800. The picture quality seemed different for the rest of the show, at least for you. It could be they graded it differently to make the
Yeah, it
difference
looked more
between.
like live TV than it did on regular TV.
The camera on those scenes was very close to the characters. Very, very close. There were no expansive wide shots like we had elsewhere.
Yeah,
Which
Yeah,
makes
it
me wonder-
seemed more like the when you go see the Hobbit in IMAX, that kind of deal.
I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot you don't get out. Never mind.
We have IMAX over here. As far as I'm concerned,
never-
there were wilder skies than that.
I've never been to IMAX, but we've got it. I either think either they didn't want to open the camera up because there's something they're hiding, or the scenery didn't allow for it.
You've also got to factor in the fact they shot during COVID.
True.
And that could be the reason why they're just going for close-ups of individual people.
You
Yeah.
know something? Everything's from during COVID now, so they don't have an excuse.
No,
In a year, get over it.
That shit
Wow.
should have been sorted out a long time ago.
Wow.
It's been a year. Work it out, people. Move along.
So, I've got a few more notes, and then I want to go into theory territory, if I may.
By all means, please.
I liked some of the dialogue. When the Doctor shouts "sorry," that was quite nice. And the scene where she's emptying her pockets, that was very Tom Baker. Patrick.
Yeah,
Wilson.
I was trying to actually
Pockets are bigger on the inside.
see what was actually coming out, and I didn't quite.
I love the bag of crisps deters the entire system.
Yeah.
Well done on crisps.
I did notice the Space Station Rose thing, and I thought, oh, is that just a blatant call out to Rose Tyler? We don't know.
The thing is, something that blatant they wouldn't do.
Ever heard of the double
one.
flush?
I don't know. I think it's either a red herring, and it's just coincidentally noticed as Rose. Because I'm still, like I say, I'm still trying to work out if that's a Time Lord station or not. Division stuff, or
Yeah.
if it's a hint that Rose is going to turn up.
The only thing is, if it is a Time Lord station, I can't see a Time Lord getting as bored as that guy was. You know, it's the same as my
I
last.
don't think it's a Time Lord station at all.
Just my last 27,000 reports are all the same. Nothing changes. A Time Lord would just get on with it.
And also go to hell.
Depends on the personality. Can you imagine the Doctor sitting there for that long doing that?
Well, exactly. Well, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, okay.
I do have to say,
The man
bravo
doesn't
to
have his
Grey Worm
testicles
for looking
either, so-
nothing like Grey Worm.
What?
Bravo to Grey Worm for looking nothing like Grey Worm.
What, for doing acting?
Yeah.
Wow. He does acting.
He does acting. Yeah.
Is this where we've got a slight problem with you differentiating fact and fiction again?
A little bit.
Okay. Just
I quite
wondering.
like. I did quite like. I've never been the biggest fan of Jodie as the Doctor, but she was okay in this.
Children of Earth discussion on the flashing blade.
What was that?
A Children of Earth discussion on the flashing blade. I set this reminder.
Oh, you did.
I'm reminding you. A Children of Earth discussion on the flashing blade.
I can't remember what we were going to talk about.
No, neither can I.
Let's just,
And I said that would fucking happen.
let's just pretend
Alexa.
we've had it. Move on.
We'll figure it out later.
So I liked the whole species recall thing by, was it the Lupari? Is that their name? Yeah.
The species bonding.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
before I go on to, I've got a couple more points to make. Firstly, that was a hell of a cliffhanger. Nice to have a good. It's nice to have a good cliffhanger. I thought the Sontarans looked quite good, actually. By the way, spoilers.
I'm reserving opinion on that.
I don't know what you got, Brian, but here in the UK, they squashed the credits down and played a trailer for fucking Wurzel Gummidge.
Wurzel Gummidge is a great program.
It fades out. It fades out and it goes to like coming next and stuff.
That's essentially what they were doing. Yeah.
I'm not knocking Wurzel, right?
No,
But
good
thanks
show.
thanks for ruining the end credits.
They
They
BBC
played,
are always
the
doing that.
trailer for the next episode.
I guarantee you. Do you know when Krakatoa exploded? How many times did the
I was there.
sound go through round the Earth? It was about 7 times, wasn't it?
6
Lot.
times.
Yep.
Yeah.
You probably heard the scream from Toby Haydock going around the world that many times.
That was
when
him?
the credits got crunched and it all got spoken over. It's a hill he's prepared to die on. This is.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm with him. We need
Anyway,
to rise up
So
I thought that scream sounded
from the
familiar.
bottom of the screen to the top of the. Sorry.
I have two theories coming up now.
Righty-ho. Theories
Ready?
about teeth.
Two theories.
The minor theory will come first. We saw a weeping angel
We did.
zapping. Was it Claire?
Went too fast for me
No,
to
no, I had two
click a
arms,
name.
so it
I
was
need to go back and
somebody else.
register and let it
maybe it
sink
was the
in.
other lady. Anyway, yeah, there were two ladies. Yeah. Anyway, we saw the weeping angel killing somebody. As we know,
Uh-huh.
how do the weeping angels kill people? They send them back in time. They feast off the time energy, which makes me wonder: was that particular weeping angel also saving somebody from what was to come?
Entirely possible because she did go back in time, and by her own words, she did meet the Doctor and Yaz back then.
So that's
Which means
my
they
first.
can't. Well, no. Depends how far back they sent it.
Also, well, if she
I
also,
think it has something to do more with the mining operation under the town. They
yeah,
probably sent her back to then.
Yeah,
But-
I think you're right because we've also got. I think it looks like the Crimean War coming up.
but
Centaurans.
she's been sent back in time after she's already met the Doctor in the past. So how would that work? Anyway,
I'm
so-
still wondering if it's the same character.
I'm thinking, was the Weeping Angel trying to save that individual?
Well,
Like-
what probably happened was she met the Doctor and Yaz before the Doctor and Yaz met her.
Yes, so
Yeah.
far so
That's
Sally
back in
Sparrow.
time, and they meet her there, and they take her back to a point that is pre her meeting them.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Fine. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So, yes, I like that. That makes perfect sense. So, yes, we'll have to see whether the Weeping Angel is actually malevolent or not.
I suspect the angel sent her back to the 1800s, as Brian said, fed on the energy to try and survive the flux.
The flux. Yes,
okay.
That's what I'm thinking. And the Doctor will probably drop her off. No, we're into paradox territory. She has to
Anyway.
not have met the Doctor in the street. When she's sent back in time, because she's got to at some stage meet the Doctor for the first time.
Yes.
And with that paradox going,
It's a paradox engine, though.
Maybe that's why the TARDIS is leaking and putting doors everywhere, because it's
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. This gives me the chance to use the phrase architectural configuration. That's the one.
also nice use of Cloister Bell.
Yes, proper
Well,
usage.
very excellent.
Proper usage of the Cloister Bell. We approve.
And
Are you-
appropriately, Yaz has never heard the Cloister Bell, so what's that? That's the Cloister Bell.
Absolutely. Are you ready for theory number 2?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
This alien has been trapped allegedly since the dawn of time or whatever it was they said, and knows the Doctor, and said something along the lines of, "We play the game again."
I'll have to go back and double check that. My apologies. I didn't notice
see
you
what
Yeah,
say
no,
that.
no, he does say that.
I know where you're coming from. And
Here's the other thing.
the question
though.
is his sister. Which I'm
Ignore
afraid does remind me very much of last season's one. Can you hear me? Two elder beings, brother and sister sort of thing.
I hadn't really thought about the sister so much, but I was definitely thinking Fenric.
Well, I originally thought, and I think you mentioned it in chat, Brian, when I first saw the trailer, I thought, I wonder if that's a Sacha Darwin underneath there.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was the Crispy Doctor,
Master.
Master.
It's
Whatever.
Mistress. Do you mind?
Not anymore.
Or is it?
But the Master never had a sister.
That we know of.
That we know of.
Uh-huh.
The Rani.
No.
No.
Too far-fetched.
Chibnall, and more spoiler here, Chibnall has hinted and said, may have said too much, it's something from the Doctor's past. However, it may have been a deliberate slip of the tongue, and he may be referring to the Doctor's past pre this regeneration cycle, back when she was working for the Division.
Yes.
This could be a foe of hers from back then, which is why she's got no memory of him.
That is exactly what I'm thinking, and where I
That
think
fucking
they're going
scares
with
me.
it,
I don't want to think like you.
because Dr. Ruth would know.
He is supposed
Sex
to
and
be doubling
sex.
down on the. He's supposed to be doubling down on the whole timeless children thing, allegedly.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I got no problem with it. You and I had a discussion about it the other day offline. I've no problem with it at all.
No.
We can go into that discussion if you like.
Well, we've got a lot to do, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depends whether you're watching this or not. Two theories. I'm going to go to Brian, but I'm sure there's more we're going to chat about. Brian.
I like the new production values. The new, I don't know how they're doing it, but it looks really nice, at least. The special effects in this episode, fantastic. The practical effects for the dog guy, terrific.
I have to admit, I was reminded of Spaceballs.
Yes,
A little bit.
He's a mog.
Just a little bit.
he's his own best friend.
Yeah. A lovely idea that dogs are coming to rescue humans.
It's,
Man's best
Why-
friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant was that.
That and having the ships form a shield around the Earth.
That was a nice touch.
Flux, that was exceedingly well. Let me see. Jodie and Yaz playing off each other. Yaz is getting annoyed that the Doctor's keeping secrets from her.
It's understandable. Yaz is a policeman by nature. I mean, she's
Yeah.
former. It sounds like she's a former policeman now. But
Yeah, I don't think you can go this long
however, the
without-
relationship between them now, it does feel like they have been travelling some time between leaving Ryan and
Yeah.
Graham.
Yes.
And I like that because
And they
It
mentioned
feels like
that.
it's progressed. Their friendship
leaves
has progressed.
it
They
leaves lots.
mentioned that a lot.
I think that's a deliberate window for Big Finish. That's my personal
It
view.
really is. As long as they do an episode where the Doctor goes to the high trapeze circus planet and learns how to do it, it'll all pay off. I liked Chibnall planting the seeds for the next 5 episodes.
Mhm.
They had Grey Worm. They had
He's
whatever.
not going to get away from being called that, is he?
Never. Never.
Sontaran,
They have
you know what the
purple
Sontarans
vampire
are?
dude and his sister.
Yeah,
But Sinister's right. We had the Sontarans and Dan Strax, Jim. God. Dan Starkey back as Sontaran, who wasn't Strax.
Yeah.
And he's
and
playing
they had
another
a
Sontaran
brilliant
next week.
Conversation. They had a great conversation with each other.
Yeah, I need to go back. I had a little bit of trouble with the sound mix, as usual. Music and whatever being up too loud. I got a 5.1 system. I shouldn't have that problem. But it's a current problem with British television as well as the credit squeeze. Incidental musics now are at a certain level and it's been raised. And people are going, I can't quite hear what they're saying. There's been a lot of complaints about that, which reminds me, when I was talking about Big Finish and Radio 4, the reason I say that is because of certain levels. You're talking about the sound on their stuff. Radio 4 demands certain levels. They've recently changed, actually. Things have got to be on all your meters and whatever. It's got to reach a certain point and no further, or being between 2 points.
is Brian aware of the importance of Radio 4 to Britain's nuclear deterrent?
Yeah, good point. Are you?
No.
Right.
Right.
Okay. So
basically-
please, yes.
Basically, the UK, we're one of what 3, 4, 5 nations with nuclear
Seven,
missile
I
armed
think it is.
submarines.
Oh,
part of our
submarines.
NATO.
Submarines different.
Part of our NATO deterrent, right? Now,
Yeah.
obviously, every now and then, so we've always got a submarine on patrol somewhere.
Yep.
Nobody knows where it is apart from the captain of that particular ship.
And the BBC film crew that come to film murder programs.
The sets
Yeah,
on that.
exactly.
Yeah, we won't go
Anyway.
individual.
Basically, if they surface and cannot hear Radio 4 being broadcast,
Is it for 4
they will-
days?
I can't remember the time period, but they will take it as a sign that the UK has been annihilated and will then open their sealed orders.
From the Prime Minister. One
Which
of the
says-
first jobs every new Prime Minister does, he has to write a letter to the captains of the nuclear fleet.
A letter of last resort or whatever, which basically says nuke the fuckers or don't bother, it's fine.
You don't want to know what my plans would be in that situation if I was in charge.
Anyway, Radio 4.
Demand $1 million.
No.
Radio 4
I-
is basically as I say, it's a vital component of our
nuclear deterrent.
Yeah, it's because if it's not there, then they'll know that the UK's gone.
And then thread starts.
Essentially. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, Brian, carry on.
I don't like
okay.
my solution to that, but oh well, it's the Jedi Man again. Oh, the bird's
So-
back.
So, my question is, okay,
Yes.
the Doctor defeated Purple Vampire Guy and his sister in the past.
As far as we know, yes.
As far as we know.
Yep. Feet down. Go.
Bad bird. And then stuck them in what? One in a prison, one in a human body?
No idea. You see, when I saw that couple, I immediately thought the similar setup in Fugitive of the Jadoon.
There was a Torchwood episode where they had sleeper agents disguised as humans, and the humans didn't know they were aliens.
It's an interesting one.
That's a possibility.
What was that thing that appeared in their shed? Was that Fate? Was that again? I'm seeing the Division everywhere. I'm wondering if that was a Division.
You're really going on this whole Division is everywhere thing.
I am incredibly.
Is gone.
You're talking pre-Gallifrey. We're talking.
Yes, but Gallifrey is gone. There is no more Division.
No. But time is relative, Brian. If there's no more Division, how come last year she met the Division?
Good
he
point.
says. Right.
Can I
Never argue with me about time travel, because
But that was because she crossed her own time stream.
yeah,
if
and
I
the
was
question is
to add-
how. That's
Can I
the
just
question.
add? Can I just add some really flimsy fuel to your Division theory?
Yes.
In the background of a couple of shots, we saw Liverpool Football Stadium, and what division are they in?
Ooh. Dun 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 dun.
It's getting me flashbacks now to watching Doctor Who when I was a kid. You had to sit there and wait for the football results to be read out.
Bloody grandstand.
Now here's also another question. The dog person she was chasing used to work for the
Carvanista.
Division. Yeah, him. He used to work for the Division.
Apparently, yes.
He's also apparently the only agent she can find alive.
Yes.
So there is no more Division.
It depends on what you look as the vision. The actual thing could still exist, but they've wiped their own agents out, which sounds very much like a Gallifreyan thing to do.
Well, yeah, they've wiped their own agents out, but then Gallifrey got wiped out again.
Again, I honestly think the Division stuff happened before the Time War.
Yes.
Way before the
Division
Time War.
is before the Time War. Because
So Gallifrey
didn't
being
know
wiped out.
anything about the Time War.
Yeah, Gallifrey being wiped out is in the far, far future. Remember, Gallifrey now exists towards the end of the universe, right at the end of the time vortex.
Yes.
So everything is before Gallifrey.
And me was there.
Yes, but everything now is before Gallifrey. You've got the Time War, which is one chunk of history that can't be broken into, supposedly. Fate, and you've got what you could essentially say is you've got pre and post Time War. Now, the Division is very, very pre-Time War, before Doctor Who started. This somehow, Jodie's Doctor has found out about it, and we're seeing the results in her time period about it. Everyone's been destroyed and everything else like that. But remember, Ruth, we think, relative to the Division's timeline, basically is from further ago, back when the Time Agency, the Division was more active. So, yeah, I am good at explaining time travel if you actually understood that.
And also, can I just throw something in?
Yeah.
The fact that the Division references are coming more frequently,
Yeah.
it's like when you buy a car, like you buy a yellow car,
Yes.
and suddenly you see yellow cars everywhere,
Yes. Yes.
right?
I was like that with my car. I had a choice between my Tiburon or a Mustang.
A Cyberon head, did you say?
Tiburon.
Oh,
Tiburon.
okay.
I got the Tiburon, and then I'm seeing Mustangs all over the freaking
Yeah.
place.
Well, this is it. The Doctor has come across
Don't worry, Auntie. I got the bird.
a reference to the Division, and now she's seeing it everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Division has its hands everywhere now.
Oh, dear. I've forgotten something.
No.
I've forgotten something. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and, or you can, Sin, if you like, dig out some YouTube clips of Rod Hull, one on Parkinson, two on Letterman. Because he went for Richard Pryor. No, he went for Richard Pryor at one point. That was interesting.
Was that when he was on drugs?
It was when he was on Letterman. Fate, I don't know if... I'm sorry, look. Rod Hull always had to tell the emu off for eating his own feet. And I'm not going to allow it to continue on this show. Down.
It's very easy to do, though.
It's about all you can do
there,
apart
they're
from
there.
strangle yourself.
Dead emu. No.
Oh,
No.
we don't like that face. Ah! The beady eye of
Spraying
doom.
into thin air over here.
Are you sure that's not Feathers McGraw in disguise? He had evil eyes like that.
This is my cat trainer.
Ah, very good idea as well. Have you painted your hands grey, or are you just very ill? You, Brian. Oh, you're just very ill. Okay.
I'm just dying. Don't worry about it.
Ah, you got the they're not going to dress you up
It's
for the
a disease
casket,
of
are
the
they?
flesh. Don't worry.
His
I've
body's wearing a bit
translated
thin.
that.
Say again, Sin.
His body's wearing a bit thin.
Yeah, it's just a disease of the flesh.
I'm
I've
sorry, hang on.
transcended that. It'll be fine tomorrow.
Hang on. Was that Hartnell line you just used?
Yeah.
Right, pound
Yeah.
in the jar, please. Anyone
Bad
uses...
emu. Bad set.
You see, this is what would happen if they sell the emu IP. This is what would happen. This is what we get nowadays. See, he likes you. Oh, dear. Did we enjoy it?
Everyone on Twitch is thinking we're insane.
We got 5 viewers. I want to know how. Did we enjoy it?
Very much so.
Oh, of course, yes. Love
Looking,
Jodie.
looking forward to next week's?
Yes.
Yes, I want to see what's wrong with the TARDIS.
Yes.
This architectural configuration playing up.
You just like saying that.
Yeah. It's from Logopolis. It's, how do I put this? It's refreshing to hear you say that. Remembering last year's ones, there was a couple we were umming and erring about. I honestly don't think we have been, possibly Fugitive of the Jadoon, but I don't think we've been this up on the show, the new
In a
show,
while.
for a while.
Yeah.
So I just hope they can stick the landing, quite frankly.
I think it's benefiting from having fewer companions.
Fewer companions and a longer time to tell the story.
Yes.
That very, very
Decompressing the
much
story
so.
is key to this.
Yes.
My wife said to me, "What did I think?" And I said, "I loved it." And she thought there was too much going on. I get that, but they've got 6 weeks to tell it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is just a first episode, a typical
And then
first
2
episode.
movies.
Movies? No, they're not going to be movies. They're only going to
Yeah,
be
they
about.
are.
No, they're not movies, Brian. They're just specials. Just a couple of 1 hour.
Are they an hour or 2 hours?
About 1 hour.
There'll be
Hour
1
and a
hour in
half?
the UK and 2 hours for you with
for
the
you.
advert.
Yeah,
But it's,
pretty much.
you see, what you call a movie, we would call a film, which you'd watch at the cinema. But you've got your TV movie
I
thing.
prefer TV movies.
Yeah, we don't tend to call them that over here. We call
Yeah.
them ITV4
That's a
shit,
shame.
or don't turn Hallmark on.
Never turn on.
No, they're going to start soon. They are.
Also,
Oh, they're already going. They already started.
Wow.
There was a
also
kid
known
in
as
South
straight to
movie yesterday.
VHS.
There was a new something Christmas thing with Katie Sackhoff on yesterday.
Right,
She
pre-vert.
was posting it on Facebook. Put the foot down.
Pre-vert. Yeah, I thought you might there, Retta. Retta says she loves the Hallmark Channel. Why am I not surprised? We're going to have to mention the RPG and her terrorist tendencies.
I think an entire episode of Ella's terrorist plot.
It would have been brilliant, but no, the Games Master had to force us together. I honestly think
Yes.
that would have been brilliant, because Retta is so good that it would have been fun for the rest of us to sit back and just watch her die-harding in space.
Maybe at a later point in time when I don't already have something planned.
Plans, huh?
Plans.
It was a very,
Plans.
like I say, it does disturb me that I spend every other Saturday evening plotting to kill a small child.
It is really disturbing. Maybe you should seek help for that.
I just can't stand him. I can't stand the cute kid syndrome. Hate him and everything.
loves you.
Oh, he thinks I'm his mum. Which is odd, really, because he really should think Ella is his mum. That would make more sense age-wise.
No. Elle's his big sister. You're his mom. Spanky's his dad.
This kid needs serious psychiatric treatment.
I
That's all I'm
just
saying.
love the look you give every time he calls you mom. Go ahead, Emu. Make my millennia.
You wouldn't have said that if Rod Hull was using that and you were in the same room. You'd come out with broken limbs.
I just sprayed my screen.
I know, I'm thinking, has he thought this through yet? Oh dear. Oh, I'm glad we enjoyed that. I'm very glad we enjoyed that. We'll be looking at episode 2 next week. War of the Sontarans, or Sontarans, as Lady Mayne used to say. Until... Oh, hello. Yes, I know. Kevin Lindsay turned around and said, Oi, listen, mate. I'm from Sontara. I should know how it's said. I was backed out of doing an Australian accent just then.
Sontar, ha!
Yeah, that's new series shit. That's new
It's like
series
he was
shit.
in the room.
It's like what?
It's like he was in the room.
Wow. Amazing. What are you going to do? Are you just going to stand there on your hind legs and hope that I scratch your head? Are you going to come up here?
Oh, the cat was standing on his hind legs earlier today. There was a squirrel on the windowsill, and only a thin pane of glass separated my cat from that squirrel.
Oh.
Cat's bum.
Yeah.
Cat's ass.
That's my little Neddy bear. Yes, I know. There we go. At least my animal's alive. Hasn't got a hand stuck up his ass. Feet.
Animals are alive. They're upstairs.
We're not reviewing a Big Finish this week. I can quickly tell you about the River Song box set. It's good. She's with the Season 7 unit crowd. And Trim Trelaw's Doctor comes back for the last of 4 stories. And what you essentially get is an explosion of Pertwee. That's the best way I can describe it. It's brilliant for that alone.
Is it all over?
No, not quite. But again, you're going to need to hear it to understand what I mean.
So this is not safe Pertweeing.
I still say they should have called the Pating the Pertwee. I'd have liked that.
Emu is going to cut someone.
Yeah. Gonna
He's
do
gonna
something
cut
with his
someone,
shiv.
Cut you so bad, you're going to wish he didn't cut you so bad.
Wow. Jesus, youth of today. Wow.
Mhm.
Good
All
lord.
this violence. Kids
So-
get it from the TV, I know.
The River Song box set, it's 4 hours long, this lot. We were going to do it for next Sunday, except this lot didn't have time this week to listen to The Great Sontaran War, which we were going to look at. And so we're going to look at The Great Sontaran War next week, giving them a chance to listen to a single disc, as opposed to the 4 discs of River Song, which would be a great box set title. Now I think about it. Big Finish, I'm coming to you. So the Great Sontaran War, if you are umming and erring about buying it, before our proper review, buy it. You won't regret it, but we'll review it next Sunday. Sorry, guys. And we didn't do Doomwatch this week.
However,
What?
we have something in place of Doomwatch.
Interrupt me mid-flow, go on.
I'm just
Go
saying.
on, go on. No.
Oh, no, that's fine. Hey, guys and gals.
Oh, no.
Hey there.
Oh dear, the maiden in distresses are coming this way. Yeah, we looked, as it's Halloween, we looked at a spooky thing. In fact, I spooked myself out last Sunday night because I watched both Ghostwatch and Inside Number 9, the live episode Deadline. That was quite fun because I'd never seen Ghostwatch before. Really enjoyed it.
You're welcome.
But we watched Inside Number 9 Deadline. Now then. I did try to warn you about the context, Brian. And you did.
Yeah.
You posted a couple of slightly confused questions as to what was going on. Feet.
Confusing until I realized it's supposed to be a live
Yeah.
reenactment.
Because
and stuff.
it was live. they broadcast that show live.
Yeah.
When they were flicking through the TV channels to see what was on, that's
was
literally what was
That
on.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he sent the tweet out, he sent the tweet out.
Nice.
it
Very
was-
nice.
Oh yeah, the whole thing was done live. What we saw obviously was the recording of it, because they did
It's
it live
nice
a
to
couple of
see
years
that
ago.
they embraced the whole Orson Welles War of the Worlds mystique with this.
Well, there's a hint of Ghostwatch in it as well, to be fair.
Yeah. Ghostwatch was fantastic.
Fate. So what happens is, it starts off as a different Inside Number 9, one we haven't seen, about a guy who's found a phone. And the vicar turns up and seems a bit dodgy, and then suddenly there's a problem with sound.
Now, I made my wife watch this with me,
Yes.
and I said to her, just imagine that you're watching this live, and she said to me, said, is there meant to be a sound problem? And I just said, just go with it.
Yeah. I don't know how many people it fooled. I know it fooled one well-known fan who posted about it when it was happening. That amused me greatly. Me, I saw it and thought, that's a bit strange. It's a bit too coincidental, really. We know what these two bastards are like. This is deliberate. And I was right.
See, I love things like this.
I'm glad. So you enjoyed it. You liked it, yeah?
Yeah, I love things like this that kind of do the whole Orson Welles War of the World things. I love stuff like that. I have an entire folder on YouTube for stuff like this.
I'll have to send you Independence Day UK.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it afterwards.
Okay.
I think it's on YouTube, actually, if anybody wants to see that. I'll quickly mention it now then. When Independence Day got released, BBC Radio 1 had arranged rights to do a tie-in radio drama. Now, Radio 1's the pop channel. It has all the latest groovy beats. And so what they did was they
Please
trailed...
never say that again.
They trailed their Science Day on the Friday throughout the week, with different guest stars popping up, scientists saying things and whatever. And then on the Friday evening at 7 o'clock, their special Alien Watch, or whatever it was they were calling it, show started, which had one of the usual DJs, Patrick Moore, who was a very well-known astronomer. He helped map the moon. He was a bit of a tit politics-wise, but there we go.
Wasn't he called in by UNIT as an expert once?
Probably. I wouldn't be at all surprised.
He was on the 11th hour.
Yes, he was in the 11th hour. You're quite right.
Yep.
And they're flying in an RAF AWACS airplane. And they've been sending this message out to the stars just as a gimmick more than anything else, not expecting anything back. And they got something back. And you can hear the sound of the alien code from the film. And then the ship turns up over London. And they get to... One of the guys goes to the top of BBC Radio to do a live broadcast, and of course London gets destroyed. And it's only then that music kicks in. It's played straight all the way through as if this is really happening. And they do mention, I think they mentioned at the start about Wells's War of the Worlds, just in case people genuinely thought it was real.
Nice.
Brian, you
Very
there?
cool.
You look like you've drifted off there. I know I can bore people.
No, I was here. I was
You
listening
sure?
the entire time.
Really? You're actually listening to me?
Yeah. I told you I have a lot of information up on the screen at once.
Okay, fair enough. So, anyway, back to Inside Number 9. Sinister.
I remember watching this when it came out, thinking this is all a bit odd, because they have the issue with the sound, and it cuts to a continuity announcer, and then it keeps going on. Then they end up starting to show a repeat.
Yep, and it is a repeat of Inside Number 9, except it's been
is.
fiddled with.
Yeah, and then the next thing you know,
Hello,
we're suddenly in the changing room, and they're basically saying, "Oh, this was a fucking disaster, and we're never going to get our credit. It makes us look like idiots and all the rest of it." And then you get this random thing about Granada Studios.
Well, that was a most haunted piece. I
Yeah.
think they must have paid to use it. Because obviously, I mean, the fire for the Jewel in the Nile stuff, that's quite true. That happened, wiped out a lot of stuff. I don't know about how true it was that the guy killed himself on the set.
Well, so
sure.
yeah, that's the whole thing. Is they're filming this episode in those studios, and it's allegedly where this guy committed suicide, and he's been haunting the place ever since. And basically, things go downhill from there.
Yeah.
Including one of the supporting cast slitting her throat.
So Stephanie Cole,
Yeah.
who is quite frankly one of Britain's treasures.
Yeah, yeah. And so I sat down with Liz. I made Liz watch it with me, and she was like, "Oh, I don't like scary things." I'm like, "It's not really a scary thing," but I said, "But you just have to imagine that you're watching this on the night because, you know, I imagine I mean, it was very confusing at the time that that these things were happening. I mean, as soon as you saw the backroom stuff, you thought, I get it now." But the fact that they went to the effort of repeating like 2 or 3 minutes of an episode. And I imagine a hell of a lot of people switched off then and thinking there's no point watching this.
They're brave, very brave.
Yeah.
And very well done. And just to cap it all off, they adjusted their Wikipedia entries and Stephanie Cole's Wikipedia entry to reflect the fact they died that night. Nice little touch. Nice little touch.
Yeah.
We'll have to do some more Inside Number 9 at some stage, I think, Brian, because if you enjoyed that, I think they certainly, the twists actually exist, unlike Tales of the Unexpected. And it's a case of no, we really did expect that. Ah dear, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Next week, the Great Sontaran War and War of the Sontarans.
I've added some things in the Discord chat for you guys. In Orson Welles' War of the World radio broadcast, the complete edition.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
A 1983 Special Bulletin movie.
Naturally, you paid for these and paid for us to watch
These
them.
are YouTube.
Fair enough. Not my problem then.
Yep. And of course, Mazes and Monsters.
You should. It's a shame. I don't think I've got it. I'll look. But if you're really into that, which sounds like you are, you need to listen to the Big Finish story, Invaders from Mars.
Yeah, it's right up. This kind of genre is right up there with found footage movies for me. I love found footage movies.
But you don't know if it's true or false.
Exactly.
Did you like Cloverfield?
To an extent.
Too obvious. They were actual monsters. It was too obvious.
Yeah, it was way too obvious. Then there was Cloverfield Lane, and then the Cloverfield Paradox.
I enjoyed Cloverfield Lane immensely.
Yeah.
I think John Goodman is a brilliant actor.
Oh, yeah. John Goodman's amazing. But Cloverfield Paradox was really interesting to me, especially as they're coming down.
I almost fell asleep.
Ending, and all of a sudden, a crunch.
No, I almost fell asleep during that.
Apparently,
Shut up, Tommy.
I think when they did Ghostwatch, there was a moratorium that basically said never fucking do this again.
Yes, I believe that was.
It's because people are stupid.
Yes,
but,
people are
gullible.
stupid and parents are morons.
But it's nearly 30 years ago, so I wouldn't put it past somebody to try it again.
I'd like to see. Well, Inside Number 9 to a certain point was that.
Yeah. I'd like to see something like that. I'd certainly watch.
We'll do some more Inside Number 9. It's a different setting each time.
Closest I think that they've come recently is Exorcism Live on the Discovery Channel. No.
Oh,
it was a Zach Baggins thing, I believe.
Vaughan, wasn't there a Channel 4 Big Brother zombie thing? Was that done
yes,
live?
Dead set. It wasn't live. It couldn't be done. Like Charlie Brooker, who created Dark Mirror. Or Black Mirror. Sorry, I can't remember. before Dark Mirror. It was almost a trial run. He worked with Channel 4 over here. Now, Channel 4 at the time were the people who were showing Big Brother. And so they produced a drama called Dead Set, where it starts off just a typical Big Brother episode, live coverage of them waking up. And you've got all your typical Big Brother idiots in there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, whilst they've been in the house, overnight the rest of the world has suffered a zombie apocalypse. So it's the Big Brother contestants versus the zombies.
Yeah.
I am down for that. I am there.
Find that.
I want to see this.
It's called Dead Set.
Dead set.
Go look.
All right.
Because, again, it's the British Big Brother,
Is
not the
it
American
Big
one.
Brother Dead Set or just Dead Set?
Just Dead Set, I
Dead
think.
Set, I think.
iPlayer?
No, it was a Channel 4 job.
On 4, what's the Channel 4 thing?
On demand.
Yeah.
Is it on there?
I don't know. I'm just having a look, actually.
Problem I've got with 4 on demand is the sheer amount of adverts saying that. Fuck off, YouTube. You and your adverts. I'm getting sick to death of it, and I refuse to give you my money.
Yeah. I'm just doing a quick search.
Oh, they got a Ghost Adventures Route 66 tonight, which looks kind of interesting.
Another most haunted. Trouble is, their parasite, not the parapsychologist, but their spiritual medium got discovered on the show to be a fraud.
Yes.
It's not on 4 on demand at the moment.
Okay.
Which is a shame, because certainly one of our regular listeners, I don't know if she watches the show, Stin.
It's on Netflix.
What, Dead Set?
Yeah.
It's on Netflix?
Check
It's
the
on-
US version. You may have to VPN it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
If it's Netflix, you won't have adverts all the way through it. That's brilliant.
If it helps, I will throw a link in the chat, but I don't know if it will help.
Oh, just a second. Let me look.
We recommend Dead
There
Set
it
to
is.
all our viewers.
Well, I'm hoping this is it. Season 1, what we got for episodes? While the housemates in the Big Brother house remain oblivious,
Yeah, that's
fast-moving
it.
hordes of the undead decimate the studio compound.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, you won't recognise the celebrities, basically, but there's a lot of dead famous zombies turn up. People from, I say famous, people from Big Brother. Hello, Brian's frozen.
No, Brian's back.
It's not my internet starting to kick up again, is it?
No,
We
it
had
was mine.
Friday, didn't we?
It was mine.
Oh,
I've
yes.
been having issues.
We need to apologise. This is a perfect segue for it. Two Found Dinosaurs on Friday. We started to do episode 1 of Revelation of the Daleks. Unfortunately, my internet decided to cough and spit and splutter. And so we're going to have to come back. We're going to redo it next Friday. I think that's the best thing.
Just one final note on Inside Number 9. I think my favourite episode, and I can't reveal the plot, is the one with Sheridan Smith in it.
Yeah. That's an episode. I don't want to give anything else away.
No, but put it this way, I watched the episode and I immediately watched it again, and it had a big impact on me, that one.
Sheridan Smith is always worth a watch.
Yeah.
The watch party, that could be quite fun. Yeah, I think the only problem I've got is, of course, it's going to have to translate over to America. If they'd have done it on your American Big Brother set, it would have probably been a lot easier. But you'll know the premise. You'll probably recognise the house and everything else. It's probably generic, depending which country you're in.
Yeah.
You know? So you know the bits and pieces. And like I say, you've got the typical idiots in the house. We don't have Big Brother anymore over here,
But
which is nice.
It went from Channel 4 to a lower ranked TV station for a few years, and then it got axed again. It's Love Island.
Feet. Something. Right, so next week we'll be back on Doomwatch. We'll be watching The Logicians, which is hard to say.
With Eric Klieg.
Not with Eric Klieg, unfortunately. I'm afraid. I'm trying to think if there's anybody from Doctor Who in this one. I can't remember. I will forgive you if you start watching this and decide not to continue.
Oh boy. That good, huh?
It depends what you like. I suspect you won't like this. We've been doing these shows for nearly 2 years now. I'm starting to get the hang of what you like, what you don't like, and
You've been
the rest of it
torturing
I
me
don't
for nearly
understand.
2 years now, so
What you don't realise, Brian, is
Stockholm Syndrome.
You're dead, and this is purgatory.
Pertwee.
if it was purgatory, the food would be better.
Oh dear. We've still got one more thing to look at, though.
A Tale
Right.
of Two Tarrants.
Yeah, the Tale of Two Tarrants. Yep. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Basically, Tarrant's brother, oddly played by Stephen Pacey, the same guy, is...
With different hair.
Yeah, is a champion
different.
for a particular planet. And they've had ongoing wars with a neighbour, and so they decided the best thing that they can do is to do a simulated battle between champions rather than armies. However, the death at the end is genuine. And
They
whoever-
do. Important to note, they do still have their armies and their space fleets
They
and
do.
all that governs. It's all there, but they don't use them.
You'd have hated it if they'd got rid of them, wouldn't you?
God, that's
I can
hell.
tell it in your voice. It's,
Well, how's he going to make any money?
So anyway, they the other side tries to take out Dieter Tarrant on the way there, but fail. Dieter Tarrant, big surprise here, is a bit of a twat. And
I think they're typecasting, really.
yeah. And then Villa decides on the Liberator, hang on, we can tune into this tournament. Everybody's got a little disc that they can actually experience the thing as if from one of the participants' personas. You know, basically you see and feel what they see and feel. It goes wrong. Servalan turns up. Big deal. Avon snogs her in a rather Me Too way. And stuff happens. Which one of you wants to go first on this? Go on then.
Go for it.
I love Death Watch. It's a good episode.
I do enjoy it. It's just when I come to start sort of telling people about it, I suddenly think, what
When
am I
Avon starts
saying?
making out with Sutherland, yeah.
That was hashtag Me Too, very much so.
The whole thing is a play by the Federation who just happen to be doing maneuvers on the border of these two systems, because Servalan's an independent arbiter. They've basically, the other side have got a robot in to do their championing, and
Well, Sutherland sent an android to replace their
Yeah.
champion.
and the whole point is that she will then accidentally discover there's been a breach, which will probably start a real war, and then the Federation will come in and say, don't worry chaps, we're here to save you, and by the way, we'll take your entire battle fleets with us.
Your planets now belong to us.
Precisely.
All your base,
Yeah.
So basically, the Liberator crew, who are apparently in need of a holiday,
apparently.
Again.
Again.
you know,
To be
have
fair, they do a lot of stuff and get into a lot of crap.
We don't know how much time goes between episodes,
no.
to be fair.
The only
Enough for Dana not to even register that kiss to Tarrant anymore.
Well, quite.
The only issue I have with this story is the blatant reuse of the set for the final duel, the same set that they were on at the beginning of the episode,
Yes, it was supposed to be a random thing, wasn't it?
and they just happened to be on a space liner because that's a set we just used.
Yeah, that was a bit cheap.
I quite liked Max, the what was his name? What was
The
his job?
ambassador, diplomat.
The diplomat guy, yeah, who's not really terribly good at his job. I mean, it was a little bit cheap for them not to show the massed people sort of, because they beam the Liberator crew teleport down. There's nobody around, so they teleport back up with some of the discs and watch the show, kind of there. I mean, I liked it when Avon was saying to Aurak, "Put it up on the screen," and Avon was protesting, and Aurak was protesting, and Avon just said, "Do it however you like, just put it up on the screen." And that whole interchange there,
How odd that
I-
everyone got suspicious so quickly.
yeah. The other thing is, there was. It's not a very good robot, is he? Because he's good on the draw, but I mean, Dieter or Tarrant could have blown him away at one point because he was right behind him, and apparently he was caught by surprise that he was behind him. So I have to say, this is not the best plan that Serverland's come up with, but as an episode, it was amazing because the whole
was all right.
concept of being able to live the experience. And when Dieter dies, and everyone's kind of they feel the death. They kind of. I just it's an interesting story. I don't think
the morality of it, of that way of doing things.
it reminds
Remembering
me.
it does end in death, but also the people viewing it can experience that for themselves and understand how horrible that is. So,
Right.
is it better than real war or
They
not?
feel that it's horrible, or are they exhilarated by it?
It depends on the
depends
sort
who
of
you're-
person.
Depends
Yeah.
who you're playing as, but it reminded me a little bit of the Star Trek episode "A Taste of Armageddon," when the Enterprise is allegedly destroyed in an
Yes.
attack by another system, and the Kirk and his crew are looking around, going, "What the fuck's going on? There's nothing going on here," and they've been declared casualties of war because it's a virtual war, and everybody has to report for disintegration. Who's been reported as dead?
Yeah.
Because they seem to exemplify property over life. It's a little bit like that. Also, I have to wonder about the legality of Del Tarrant fucking disintegrating the other guy so he can't be inspected afterwards in a blood feud. I'm not sure.
Well,
they get
because
away with that.
there was no physical examination made,
Yeah.
it rendered the entire thing null and void, so it will have to be refought.
Yeah.
And with a physical examination of the combatants will have to be done prior to them entering.
Nicely sewn up, quite frankly.
Yeah, it's a little
it's-
convenient.
It stopped Serverland messing around, but I mean, yeah, I suppose it just kind of the legality of that whole intervention seemed a bit.
I'm just surprised that
That's
Dieter
about-
died so stupidly.
It's a Tarrant.
Yeah,
I agree, but I mean, he's right behind the guy.
Yeah.
He has the gun out. The guy's looking the other way. One bullet to the head. Problem solved.
yeah.
Fair game is for suckers.
Frankly, if I know there's a whole honor thing going on, but everybody watching is saying pull the trigger, pull the trigger.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Nobody else seems to give a damn. So just fucking blow his head off.
You've been through 4 of these goddamn things. Go through 5.
Flash
Yeah.
and blade
Get it done.
morality.
Not to mention, you can't really worry about honor and fairness when 2 people ambushed you on a fucking spaceship trying to take you out before the battle.
Exactly. And
Yes.
also, they were using revolvers.
Yes.
I counted, and I believe Tarrant was down to 3.
Yeah,
Del was down
I
to
was
2.
I was counting.
What was going to happen if when one of them runs out?
Hands around the
Where's the
throat.
Tarrant is right there. I
Fine,
mean,
yeah.
just
It would have
Make each
Well-
shot count.
just blow him away while he's not looking. Boom, done. Episode ends. Everybody goes home happy.
Well, they wouldn't. In this particular instance, it'd be bang. Oh fuck! It's a robot. Let's have a war.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah. But he didn't know that at the
Cheated.
time.
No,
Yeah.
no, he didn't know that at the time. It was still a fucking stupid thing for him to do. A typical Tarrant move. Now then, important question.
11,000.
Well, okay, times 2 because there was 2 Tarrants.
That's why I went 11,000.
Yeah, I was going to ask just how much of a how irritating Tarrant had been this week, but no, it's the other question. How's Avon's mental health?
He's making out with Sutherland. I'm thinking pretty tenuous.
I loved his line when they said he came back on board and they said, "How's your friend?" He said, "Still as sick as ever."
Yeah.
Okay, the reason I asked this is that it's the series finale next week. Terminal.
No. Yeah, it's series finale. Yeah.
Yeah, Terminal. All I'm going to say, Bri, is it was supposed to be the last episode.
Ooh.
Okay?
It got reprieved literally at the last minute.
Yeah.
I think the cast at the end of Terminal, over the credits, the BBC announcer said, "And Blake Seven will be returning next year." And the cast who were watching it thought, "Oh,
Are we?
that's the first I've heard about it," because they thought it had been finished.
Yep. But
They probably had already had the rap party and everything.
Yeah.
yeah, this would have been the final episode of Blake Seven.
Now, ask yourself this question, Brian.
Uh-oh.
How has each season of Blake Seven ended so far?
Horribly. Horribly.
No, it's slightly different to that. It's a very Doctor Who thing.
On a huge cliffhanger.
Yes.
Nothing gets wrapped up in this.
Let's just stay quiet, shall we?
Let's just say,
Yeah.
have we ever seen Jenna again?
Let's just stay quiet. And yeah,
I know Blake comes back at some point.
yes, she does.
You might think that. I couldn't possibly.
Kinda, sorta.
And you're gonna have to avoid all these spoilers, Brian. Otherwise, I'm gonna come over there and slap the back of your legs.
I don't care
Put it
about
this way.
spoilers. You know that.
I
I'm spoiler-free.
do. I keep saying to you, I
am spoiler immune.
I just want to see your reaction fresh without knowing it's gonna happen.
You know what?
I don't even.
Spoiler free is people. It's people.
I don't even want you to know the name of the final
No,
episode
neither do I.
because that is a massive giveaway.
Yep.
Darth Vader is Luke's father.
Very good. Well done.
He is.
But you got to understand the pleasure we get from watching you experience these things for the first time with no foreknowledge. Let me
But
give
you're
you an
not watching
example.
me watch
Let
these.
me. Sorry, what?
But you're not watching me watch.
We will
these.
on the very last episode.
Okay.
It's a live
All right.
reaction. Let me give you a case in point. One of the YouTubers I watch it's a channel called Saskia Says, where this young American lady, Fate, reviews various things, and she's doing classic Doctor Who as part of her weekly thing. And she got up to the latest one she released was the first two parts of the Three Doctors. However, she had been seriously advised to go into it not knowing what it was called. And she managed to get somebody to send her
Fate.
the Three Doctors with a different file name and whatever. And she looked away during the title sequence. So when Troughton appears and then Hartnell appears, she's going absolutely loopy because she had no idea what this... That's what I want for you.
Okay.
An experience. It was an experience for us, was it not?
Kind of like how the YouTube channel I watch, After Show Reactions, she does the same thing with American pop culture. And having her watch season 6 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and just get absolutely wrecked from it.
I don't know if we're going to do all of Buffy.
What passes as a heart that pumps around the black sludge I call blood swelled 3 times that day. Not for a medical condition either.
No, yeah. I don't think we're going to do all of Buffy.
That's
It's,
fine.
Apart from the 13 episode first season, it's 6 seasons of...
We
70.
thought.
No,
We thought
first
maybe-
season was 13 episodes. The
12.
other 6...
So
Fuck
I
off!
have them.
we had an idea, right? And this doesn't just apply to Buffy; it could apply to any number of other things that we like. You know,
Yeah. Sinister and I discussed this.
did we?
Yeah, I was there with you.
Oh,
What
well,
did we discuss?
we were thinking if you could put together a list of your top 10 episodes or something.
Yeah. Rather
And
than having to go through shitloads of Buffy.
I'm
We'll be
fine
there
with that.
forever.
I'm fine with that. I have a ton of favorite episodes.
No, that's good. A couple from each
We
season.
can watch
You know?
them in order of broadcast.
Yep.
But that was just a thought.
I think it's a good way of doing it because it is a lot.
Silence
Hush.
is one of them.
No, Hush, that was called.
Hush is one of them. Once More with Feeling.
Yep.
The Zeppo.
Still can't remember that
Graduation
one.
Day.
Graduation Day is good.
The Oz-centric New Moon.
Can't remember that one.
Season 2 is kind of wonky because you're gonna probably have the first part where Buffy and Angel hook up for the first time, and then going on to what the results are.
That's the trouble. It is a very interconnected series, but it's just too much.
Well-
I mean, 6 22 episodes, one 12 or 13 episode one. It's just too much to do in a chunk
Oh, yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah,
It really
yeah.
is.
We could also do it during certain weeks.
Retta's asked if she can actually come on the show.
Yeah, sure, Retta.
When we watch the Buffy episodes. Whose show?
I'm just saying, I'm open for it.
Okay, good. It depends. Because you do have a gob on you. There's no denying that, Retta. You have a gob.
You know what we
Which
could
would
do?
be absolutely perfect for this. So yes, you're coming on.
You
As long
know
as
what we
Sinister
could,
doesn't mind.
you know what we could do?
Fate!
Like 1 week we could do Buffy. The next week we could do.
I
like,
know,
Meteor
but
or
there's
something.
still... That's just going to stretch the Buffy out until the crack of doom. Watching it
Well,
once
it's
every
also
4
going to
weeks.
stretch everything else out as well.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to do that. I know we want to look at Battlestar Galactica. Again, that's another chunky one.
That's only 4 or 5 seasons, though.
Yeah, that's one we're going to have to discuss to decide the format we're going to do it in.
Fracking Angels.
I don't know.
My main
We've got,
complaint.
after Doomwatch, we've got V, the miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure, but I suspect round about the same time, just afterwards, we'll come to the end of Blake 7 and we'll watch The Nightmare Man. These two are like palate cleansers between big icebergs, if that makes sense. I'm mixing my metaphors a little
the
bit.
Nightmare Man, the Nightmare Man.
It's the
Nightmare-
Muffin Man.
Oh. But it's Halloween, so it's the Nightmare Man.
All right, then. Okay, I'll go with that. I'm not big a Halloween, but I loved it when I was a Cub Scout.
How did my TV suddenly unmute? That's
They're
weird.
here.
I hope so.
Really?
I need something interesting to happen.
Oh God, I'll get called into action as
My life is boring. Please.
as an ordained Dudist minister. I'd have to go around and... God, can you imagine the dude trying to exercise somebody?
have
my
you
God.
heard? Have you heard our ghost stuff? We've actually had stuff happen in the house. That's weird.
You have not told us. Put a torch under your chin and tell us.
Well, I can't tell you here because it requires somebody else to also corroborate. However, later on, we are doing the Twitch thing later on tonight, so you are more than welcome to come.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Yeah.
it depends what you're playing. I mean, if it's the ghost thing, I'm probably going to be terribly crap at it.
We're thinking of Diablo 2 first.
Yeah, I'll be alright for that. Then I can go to bed and you lot can carry on with whatchamacall. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully Retta and Brett can join us. That would be nice. Fate!
Yeah, see,
Bloody-
she's even gotten it.
I
she-
hate that duck.
Sweetie has said that we have had things happen, and she hates that things have happened. Retta, you are of course invited, as well as you and Brent are members of our party that are sorely needed because we don't want to die alone.
Better let people know if anybody is interested in Diablo 2. We finally got to the hell difficulty level. So going through the game for the third time, we've just finished the first area, the
Excellent.
rogue encampment.
Feet.
Fate.
Go ahead. Make my millennia.
And yeah, we're finding it difficult. Which reminds me, now I've got that chest piece, we need to sort out the slots and getting that bone armor.
Yes. You need soul.
I know, I don't think I got it. But you said we might be able to sort it out if we're all on. You might be able to, because we swap and trade different things between each other. We're not precious about stuff, which I quite like. And it's nice to play with gamers like that, quite frankly. It does feel like it's a very adult gaming session when I play with you lot, even though we're talking complete bollocks and having a laugh. But
We're half insane.
yeah, it's you know, it just feels like this is more mature. Yeah, I'm playing a computer game from a couple of decades ago, but it's still more mature. I'm enjoying the company.
When Reddit and I were playing originally, we were both unemployed at the time.
Mhm.
We would spend hours playing this, day in, day out, because we had nothing else.
I think Adam and I played twice a week, Wednesday evening, possibly the Friday evening before, Saturday evening before role-playing. Unlikely. And then Sunday evening. Sunday afternoon. I do apologise. We put Invincible and Major all powers on, and we cheated our way through it.
Oh, yeah. There is no cheating.
I cheated my way through Dalek Attack. Which was good. Good little game, that Dalek Attack, for what it was.
Cow runs.
We've got a few. Yes, I need to. We're going to have to, let's say, discuss things about, because I'm going to have to load up on a different difficulty setting.
We could probably do a Nightmare Cow run now.
Yeah, I would have thought so. I think I've actually got a Nightmare Cow run, Wirt's Leg. So
It's okay. I still have my Wirt's Leg and
Fate.
Atone.
So next week we'll be looking at War of the Sontarans. We'll be looking at the Great Sontaran War.
Yes, we will.
The Great Sontaran War of the Sontarans is what we'll be looking at.
That's fake, that is.
That's uncanny. So that's Telly and Big Finish. The Logicians for Doomwatch.
In the new Doctor Who.
That's what I was talking about, Brian. Keep up. There'll be a test at the end.
No, there won't.
And
That's
Terminal.
down
Brian, could you use your privileges, please?
Yeah, would you like to be famous? Not particularly.
What's happening?
Oh, we've got a spam bot turn up in chat, so I'm getting... Hey! Kicked and banned. Wonderful. We liked that. Did you feel good swinging that bat?
Yeah, I haven't. Here, I'm reporting him as well.
Fate. Right, so that's what we're doing next week. Next Friday at 9 p.m. UK time, 5 p.m. Eastern. Sinister and I will be having another go at part 1 of Revelation of the Daleks to do a commentary for you. Next Sunday at 9 p.m. UK time, 5 p.m. No, hang on, 4 p.m. Eastern, because your clocks will have gone back by then. We'll have next week's show. And there might be some Diablo stream during the week, I don't know. It'll be a laugh. But let us know what you thought about tonight's Doctor Who. A couple of the usual faces I saw are just bemoaning it, and I'm thinking nothing will make you happy, will it? But most of it's been very positive, which I'm very pleased to see.
Well, I mean, apart from the fact that we're waiting for Doctor Who to come back.
Yes, apart from the fact we're watching a spin-off.
Exactly.
I need to work out just who to send that idea to, so that it can actually gain traction. Because that amuses me. And I've just realised I've had my feet up for too long and my legs have seized up.
Okay, you're not going anywhere.
No, I've got to put them down. I've got to. Oh, shit.
Excuse me, I have to go shoot an emu.
Oh, ah! Fuck. Sorry. Pain.
Emu and cassowaries are birds from hell.
Ah. Right then, we're going to go away. Now, the thing is, I don't know what sort of a thing. Let's just do that. We're going to actually have when it comes to what sort of video we're going to have behind this song. It's a Halloween-y sort of song. Like I say, it depends how it's got a couple of meanings in each line. If you can understand them, because I'm singing them. I am so sorry. Listeners of the Flash and Blade podcast will find this familiar. Yeah, I am going to be singing, not live though. It's recorded. All right. Okay, Retta. In a song, What I Wrote, and music, What I Did. So there. Oh, don't look so sad, Andrew. It has to happen. I'm sorry. You can't hear it live.
I'm ready.
Right
ready.
then. Okay, let's see if I've actually got this right. Say goodbye, boys.
Goodbye, boys.
You're going to have to stay...
Goodbye, boys. It's over. It's time.
Can you mute more microphones for 4 minutes, please?
Yes. Bye.
Bye. Here we go, boys and girls. I am so terribly sorry about this.
Quick as you can, you can't stop him. He's the Judder Man. Beware the Judder Man. When the moon grows fat, there'll be no one alive soon, just him and his cat. He came here by day, and he'll come here by night. But whenever he comes here, the people take fright. Now death has her champion. He's strong and he's keen. So tuck down your head, for his temper is mean. His futures are before him, all undiscovered lands. Good folk of this fair world, please listen to my song, and its words will come true here and with all eternal. The Judder Man will kill, and the Judder Man will win, and when everyone's dead, he'll say no to the blame. So little one, please take aim and run very fast, for only through shadows the justice at last. Judderman's amongst us, and his anger does show. We'll lift up our voices and scream out our pain, for here comes the Judderman.